and an absent John Bucket Eimer. Unfortunately for the loyal listeners out there will be no John Bucket Eimer on the show today, so hopefully you'll stick around and enjoy the content regardless, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that you all, the loyal listeners, had the content you needed for the second leg of the UEFA competitions that are coming up this week. Welcome in everybody to Stoppage Time. I am, of course, Ian Joy, IPJ, to everybody out there. If you're new to the show, we are a betting show that specifically works around betting. I normally have a partner that is absent today. He is sick for the 27th time in calendar year 2025. We love you, John Bucketimer. We hope you're doing well. We hope you rest and recover properly. You come back and you're ready to rock and roll for the fucking final. At least that's what we're hoping for anyway. Regardless, I'm going to rapid fire through the show today so that everybody has exactly what they need for this upcoming UEFA week, because it is the Champions League second leg. We have obviously, of course, have the Europa League. We have the Conference League as well. But please make sure, whatever you're doing, make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter on fcstoppagetime.com. I am obviously active on there with Buckets. Buckets' bets are all over the page, and producer Jeff is working his magic every single week. Maybe 3 or 4 drop in your inbox directly. So please go on fcstoppagetime.com. Make sure you're signing up. We already have way over 600 people signed, close to 700 signed already. And we're looking to try and get as close to 1,000 as we possibly can ahead of the FIFA Club World Cup. On today's show, we obviously have the Champions League second leg. We have Europa League second leg and the Europa Conference League second leg as well. It is a special betting episode for you betting lovers out there. Eric Gunnarsson, this one's just for you, because Buckets is not here to chat shit or chit chat. It's just myself, obviously, loading up some of the bets. So for a lot of those people out there who are jumping in the comments saying, IPG, where's your best bets? Today is your lucky day. So we're going to have a lot of bets going for you as well. Before we get into the bets, let's catch up where we are in the Champions League. Of course, we are in the semi-final second leg. Of course, we have had an advantage for Paris Saint-Germain from that first leg against Arsenal, looking good to get into the final. Now, obviously, going home to play in that second leg will be interesting. The other game was an absolute banger, 3-3 between Inter and Barcelona at the, Barcelona Stadium. Not the new camp's not quite finished yet, but it is, of course, their stadium that they're playing in right now while they wait. The results, of course, speak for themselves. 3-3, which is absolutely crazy. And now both basically games are set up perfectly, because Arsenal look to try and get back into the tie in some way at the Parc des Princes, and then Inter at home. Remember, they have 8 clean sheets already. They have a record 8 clean sheets in the Champions League this season, looking to tie the all-time record, which I think was 9 from AC Milan back in the day, but easier said than done against Barcelona. So who is going to win it all? Let's have a look at the futures right now as to where we stand. PSG favorites plus 120. Of course, they have the advantage, the only advantage had by any of the 4 teams right now going into the second leg. Arsenal, of course, down, the only team that's got room to improve at plus 650. But I do think that Barcelona plus 240 is really generous right now, because a lot of people out there are probably expecting Inter to be very solid at home. Clearly not been watching Serie A this season. Top goal scorer race is up for debate as well. Serhou Guirassy no longer in the competition. Doing very well for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Scoring goals for fun. Now still leading the Golden Boot race. However, we do have Rafinha on 12 already. If he gets through the semi-final, he'll also make it to the final as well, so that he can basically have an opportunity through 2 games to take that Golden Boot crown as well. He might even take it in 1 game, which is the second leg against Inter. Lewandowski is back in the squad, the Barcelona squad. He is there. He has traveled to Milan for the big game, and he, of course, is 2 behind the Golden Boot leader, Guirassy, and Dembele is on 8 goals already as well, so he's got room for improvement. Looks like it's going to be impossible for Dembele to catch up, especially with the 2 games if he does make it to the final as well. So the Golden Boot race right now, as the bookies lead it, Guirassy is leading the way. I don't know if I agree with this one. Minus 120 for Serhou Guirassy. That means that they don't expect Rafinha to score another goal. If Rafinha does score 1 more goal, he will win Golden Boot. They will share it. So 1 more goal is all Rafinha needs, obviously, to catch up with Guirassy on 13. Lewandowski at plus 700. I'm just going to throw it out there. Lewandowski is 2 behind. If you're looking for a long shot, Lewandowski Even though that hamstring might mean he might not start this game against Inter, still means he has an opportunity of potentially getting back into this race. So he is only a couple of goals behind. He can score a hat-trick in the final. I'm just going to throw it out there. Lewandowski scoring goals, not a problem to him. So watch out for the Golden Boot race as much as you possibly can. There's the futures. Should we get into some bets for everybody out there? There's no John Bucket timer, so normally what we do is we go through each game individually through 60 seconds. But Bucket's unfortunately being sick today for the 27th time in calendar year 2025. We hope you recover well, Buckets. He has sent us some best picks as well, so I'm going to get to his best picks. I'm also give you my best picks within a 60-second drip. Obviously, I'm going to start off with the Champions League before we go to the next Champions League game, and then we'll work our way through the Europa League and the Conference League as well. Rapid fire stoppage time for everybody out there as well. So producer Jeff, when you're ready, put up the clock and we'll start the first game. Of course, we're looking at the Inter Milan against Barcelona game. Alrighty then, Inter Milan against Barcelona, tied 3-3. Here's where I am leaning. Bet responsibly, everybody. I'm leaning over 3.5 total goals in this game. The last two games between these two teams ended in a 3-3 game. Why would this be any different? Maybe Inter have a better defense than Barcelona, but who knows what can happen? Lewandowski has traveled. He is in the squad. Does he start? Probably not. Does he come on? Maybe if Barcelona need him. Anytime goal score for Lewandowski is plus 115. Those are my leans. If you're looking for a buckets lean, he has handed Barcelona over 1.5 team total goals at minus 135. I'm in plus numbers. Buckets is in minus numbers. He is the betting expert. And with Barcelona scoring as many goals as they have done, 160 across all competitions, 40 in the Champions League, I really like Buckets' best bet here. So please, everybody, bet responsibly. Let's go to Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal. Big game. Where else am I going to go in this game? PSG had the advantage 1-0 going to the second leg in Paris. I'm going for PSG on the money line. Currently sitting at plus 110 at home. Parc des Princes. I'm not betting against them. They won away from home. They're probably going to win at home as well. Ousmane Dembele's got room for improvement to try and catch up in the Golden Boot race, but he is having a fabulous calendar year 2025. He leads the way in goals. Him to score or assist in this game against Arsenal is currently sitting at minus 110. Those are my leans. Let's get to Buckets' best bet in this one. He is leaning Bukayo Saka to score or assist in this game. So slightly leaning towards the red side, the London team, Arsenal. Plus 160, Saka. That is a great find from our boy Buckets in this matchup. Who knows what's going to happen? Second legs, shit show. Bet responsibly. All right, so there you have it. Champions League absolutely wrapped up in rapid fashion. I don't think we've done it any quicker than that. I'm going to take a quick drink before we move on to the Europa League. Refreshed, recuperated, and ready to rock and roll for the Europa League. Let's get a look into the bracket and how things stand right now. Very interesting for the English teams going into this one. Bodø Glimt, obviously, are the team that we enjoy speaking about here on Stoppage Time. We've had tremendous success on our shorts, on YouTube shorts, on Instagram Reels, and TikToks. If you're not following, make sure you go and do that. But they have a disadvantage against Tottenham, who won the first leg by 3-1. And then Manchester United with a player advantage for the majority of that game in San Mamés, of course, at the Bilbao wonderful stadium where the final is going to be held. United won by 3-0. No one expected that result, let alone me, a Manchester United fan. So obviously, big results coming up. Big game for Bodø Glimt, obviously at home now against Tottenham in the second leg. United back at Old Trafford with a 3-0 advantage. So this is going to be interesting. So the futures have changed slightly, and it's going to be interesting to see where people put their money on this. Manchester United minus 125 on the futures right now to absolutely clean up and win the whole thing. Who'd bet against them right now? I certainly wouldn't. Tottenham plus 110. They have a 3-1 advantage. I'm okay with plus 110. But plus numbers when you have a 3-1 advantage in a semi-final second leg going into a final where you're potentially meeting either Athletic Club or you're meeting Manchester United. yeah, that's going to be not bad, but dangerous. Be careful how you bet that one. The two long shots are Bodø Glimt at plus 2,500 and Athletic Club Bilbao at plus 3,000. So everybody's expecting the English teams to meet in the final, Manchester United and Tottenham. A reminder to everybody out there, these two teams have had poor campaigns in the Premier League, and they are battling right now to try and get a European spot. They will not reach a European spot in the Premier League standing. Both of them obviously struggling in the lower half of the table. United in particular, really struggling. It's their lowest finish ever in Premier League history. If they win the Europa League, either Tottenham or Manchester United, you get guaranteed a place in the Champions League. So therefore, this is their golden ticket to the promised land, and that's why we're going to tell everybody, please bet responsibly, because anything can happen. 2 games, 2 best bets, 60 seconds to cover each one. Anytime producer Jeff is ready, we'll roll this clock. Manchester United against Athletic Club. Huge game, this one. Obviously, United with a 3-0 advantage. From the first game, away leg was outstanding. Best performance of the season from Manchester United. Now you're at home against a Bilbao side that is angry, pretty pissed off, and looking to try and get back into this game. So I'm going for Andre Onana, the goalkeeper for Manchester United, to have 3+ saves in this game, currently sitting at minus 105. I just think that Athletic Club will go for it. They've got to take shots. If you don't shoot, you don't score. It's a long shot play, this one from me. Bruno Fernandes to have 2 shots on target at plus 310. Goal scorer, goal creator, best player for Manchester United this season. Bucket's best bet in this game is both teams to score at minus 125. I like Bucket's bet here because I think Athletic Club will score. They will take opportunities. If they have enough quality to beat Andre Onana, they'll get their goal. But overall, at the end of the game, please make sure you bet responsibly on this one. It's a dangerous play. Bodø Glimt against Tottenham Hotspur. Huge game, this one. Bodø Glimt, we love you. We love your supporters. We love the country as well. So that's why I'm leaning a little bit heavy on Bodø Glimt having a successful game here. Didn't play great in the first leg, but I think you play better at home in the Europa League regardless. Bodø Glimt over 1.5 team total goals in this game is currently sitting at plus 110. I like that play. Do they win the game? Don't know. I don't really care either. I just hope that they actually score goals and make this tie interesting. Both teams to score and no draw is also in plus numbers, so I'm leaning at plus 115 on that play, and I'm okay with that one. I think that this game is going to be maybe a high-scoring affair with Bodø Glimt getting more than a couple of goals in this game, and that's why Buckets' best bet is Bodø Glimt draw no bet at plus 110. It's a tidy play. It's a dangerous play because I still think Spurs scores goals. But who knows? Bet responsibly. This should be a fun game to look forward to. Boom! There you have it. That's the Europa League wrapped up in rapid fashion because John Bucketsheimer, of course, has been missing. 27th time he's been ill this year. We wish you well, John Bucketsheimer. Please make sure you come back and are ready to rock and roll for the final at some point. We move on to the Conference League. It's a competition we haven't covered too much on Stoppage Time this year because obviously it is one that is so many games, teams that are finishing 7th, 8th place in their domestic leagues making it into this competition. So sometimes the games can be a little frustrating when you have no idea what's happening until you get to the closing stages. But as we have a look at the bracket for the Conference League, yeah, this is getting really interesting. Fiorentina against Betis. Pretty close in that game. Obviously, Betis have the advantage 2-1 from the first leg. And then Chelsea have a huge advantage against Djurgården, 4-1 from their first leg going into the second leg. And Chelsea are at home in that second leg as well. So everybody out there, you got to make sure you bet responsibly. But the big games, obviously, it really matters when you get to the semi-final. Chelsea are going to make it to the final, no doubt about it. I don't see Djurgården get back into this game. But obviously, Fiorentina Betis is really close. So I'm really intrigued to see where Buckets is going to go in this play. But have a look at the futures right now. Chelsea clear favorites at minus 310. Why would you bet against them? Obviously, Real Betis and Fiorentina, one of those guys will make the final. So if you're looking to play a long shot right now, which one will you lean going into that final? There's money to be made there because they could cause problems to Chelsea in the final. Djurgården got no chance, so stay away from the plus 25,000. You know the rules, you know the regulations. 2 best bets, 60 seconds. We hit the first one, we move on to the next one. I'm going to give you a couple of leans, and Buckets is going to give you a best bet as well. Quick drink before we get to the time clock, Jeff, and then start it. Woo! Let's go! Chelsea against Djurgården. It is Europa Conference League. Chelsea with a massive advantage, and I'm leaning goals once again. Over 1.5 total goals in the first half from Chelsea. It is going to be plus 100. Yeah, I think they score goals, take care of business in the first 45 minutes, plus numbers, over 1.5 team total for me. Chelsea to get the job done, make some subs at halftime, move on. I'm looking at Nicholas Jackson. Make sure he's in the lineup before you actually make this play. Don't know what his situation is going to be, but I do know one thing. This guy needs goals. And this second leg will give him an opportunity to obviously score some goals. So 1 goal for Nico Jackson is currently sitting at minus 105 anytime. 2+ goals in this game, which is where I'm leaning, and maybe you want to play half a unit on this one, plus 475. Bet responsibly on that one. Buckets' best bet is Djurgården plus 2.5 goal handicap. That means they basically need to not lose by 3 goals, minus 140. I'm okay with that. Fiorentina against Real Betis. It's a banger of a game, and it's one I'm really looking forward to because this one has the feel of a final in it. I'm going over 1.5 team total goals Fiorentina in this game. They are 2-1 down coming into the second leg. It is plus 115 for that lean. And I really think that Fiorentina turn up on the day. They didn't in the first leg. Obviously, they had some issues going into that game. Fixture issues and obviously travel issues. Moise Kean didn't start the game, and now he's back, which is why I'm leaning Moise Kean anytime goal scorer at plus 180. 17 goals already in Serie A this season, his best ever scoring season. I fancy him to turn up in a big way. I might even play another ladder on this one for Moise Kean to score 2+ or 3+ goals in this game. He's the threat. Where's Buckets going? He's going both teams to score at minus 130. He thinks that Betis will get a goal, maybe Anthony, but he also thinks that Fiorentina will score as well. Bet responsibly, everyone. This game could go either way. There you have it. Stoppage time wrapped in fashion like no other. It's been fun to do this because obviously with Buckets, we have such a great dynamic. Chemistry is clearly there. When he's not in, obviously I love to step up. I missed one recently when I went to Vegas. He stepped up and we had some real good friends of ours step in with him. This was a last minute call out. So obviously we wish Buckets great health and get back to health full quickly. I'm sure you'll pull out another 16 times before the end of this year with some health issue one way or another. We hope you're doing well, Buckets. Yeah, we do. We really do. We don't really know what's wrong with you. We just heard illness and that something's wrong, but we do hope it's nothing serious and you will be back healthy. And so everybody out there, please make sure you go and follow Buckets, drop him a message, just say get well, comment on this video as well and say get well and let him know what you think about his plays, what you think about my plays. Normally I don't give as many bets out as I have done in this show, but I am pretty confident that I can do a good job for everybody out there as well, like we previously used to do on Stoppage Time. And I know a lot of people out there have been asking for my best plays. Well, finally, your time has come. Producer Jeff, thank you for working the magic once again. This is an episode of Stoppage Time in Rapid Fire, Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. Make sure you are signed up and getting the newsletter dropped into your inbox. We're approaching 700 subscribers already in that one. It's free for now. Please make sure you enjoy it as best as you possibly can ahead of that FIFA Club World Cup. We want to make sure we have close to 1,000. We're not far away already. The newsletter will drop right into your inbox. We will make sure we post it on our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you're following on X, Twitter, of course, formerly known as. We are across the board on our social media platforms. So please make sure you are across the board following exactly what we're doing when we're doing it. Rapid fire stoppage time already checked off. Buckets recover well. Producer Jeff, thanks for all the magic. Everybody out there, please make sure you bet responsibly. But most importantly, make sure you absolutely have it!
Stoppage time.